Just a few years back, it would have been unthinkable. The otherwise treacherous Peer Panjal Heights now represents India's technological prowess and engineering marvel. The railway track passing through these mountains is finally becoming a reality, connecting Kashmir with the plains of India. It is paved through the longest rail tunnel in the country and the world's highest rail bridge. More than 30,000 million tons of steel has been used in this 1,315 meter long bridge over the mighty Chenab River. Massive work is underway to construct a 4-lane Srinagar-Jammu National Highway. Once completed, it will give a boost to the economy and provide relief to traders like apple growers who face heavy losses due to frequent road closures. Kashmir produces 22 lakh metric tons of apple, which is 80% of total apple production in the country.
Small industries and medium industries over the years in the past did not come up because one of the major reasons was for investors that they were afraid of making the investment precisely due to one reason, that is the unit cost of the product produced in any part of Kashmir would be much higher than the unit cost as it comes up in Punjab or in any part of the plains. Therefore, the cost would be a barrier. Then the second part is then you can maintain the supply chain system. We have an experience of last year, huge number of truckloads laden with apple were stranded in the road because there was a road blockade and bottlenecks that start there. And this is every year this experience is there.
The valley is already witnessing a tourist boom. Gulmarg gondola is riding on highest tourist influx into Kashmir. It has reported a whopping rupees 100 crore revenue in last 1 year, more than 3 times of what the corporation earned in 2019. The world's second highest cable car at Gulmarg takes you to snow-covered Afravat Peak at 14,000 feet. A dream for tourists visiting the famous ski resort. At Srinagar's Dal Lake, Abdul Razak Dar is getting his shikara ready. The 70-year-old boatman has lived his life on the water, bringing up 4 children on the earnings he makes by taking people on rides of the picturesque lake. This week, amid a flutter of activity, Razak Dar took G20 delegates for a glittering boat ride. Over the last year, a tourism boom has helped him repay his debt. He hopes the G20 meet also leads to job creation for his young boys.
G20 होते हैं दोस्ताना, G20 होता है रोजगार का, यहाँ का नौजवान बहुत नौजवान है, बच्चे लोग हैं, उनके रोजगार मिलना चाहिए। देखिए शिकारा वाला उसको तो मिलेगा जब तो ये पहुँच कर वहाँ अपने मुल्क में सब लोग को बताएगा टूरिस्ट कश्मीर में जाओ, टूरिस्ट जगह है, वहाँ अच्छे लोग हैं, वहाँ इससे नौजवानों को
रोजगार। तो आपको लग रहा है कि आप और टूरिस्ट आ जाएंगे दुनिया भर से?
इंशाल्लाह हमारा कौन चाहता नहीं टूरिस्ट आए, हम लोग बोलते हैं 24 घंटे को टूरिस्ट आना चाहिए, 24 घंटे को हवाई जहाज चलना चाहिए।
Hoteliers say change in ground situation, end of street protests, stone pelting and shutdowns in Kashmir are the key factors behind tourism boom which is significantly contributing to economic growth and job creation in hospitality sector. In 2019, Asif Iqbal Burza, a leading hotelier, had 200 employees working at his Ahad group of hotels. Today, he has more than 600 employees.
We've been in news for good reasons, and the most important factor that I would attribute is peace. पिछले 2-3 सालों में the situation has, the law and order has been good. There has been peace in the valley, which has been the biggest confidence building measure for tourism. COVID management was very good. It was very well handled. That also gave a confidence building measure again, जिससे जो भी लोग उस time यहाँ पे आए, they went back and they became our brand ambassadors. They saw the ground situation, and more and more people started coming. Personally, I have been involved for past 20 years. We have never seen such numbers what we saw last year.
Besides tough security measures following revocation of Article 370, the tourism revival is also due to efforts by the government. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's appeal asking people to visit Kashmir and enjoy its scenic beauty appears to have had a profound impact.
Last year we had record-breaking numbers. 1,88 lakh people, which is the highest ever since independence 1947, have visited Jammu and Kashmir. Now there are multiple reasons for this. As you are fully aware, in the last some years there has been an overall peaceful structure in Jammu and Kashmir, and so peace has its own dividends, and so therefore people are more favorable and amenable to coming and visiting us. Number two, the kind of promotional activities that have happened. Jammu and Kashmir has been showcased and promoted as one of the prime destinations in the world.
राष्ट्रपति संसद की सिफारिश पर यह घोषणा करते हैं कि यह दिनांक जिस दिन भारत के राष्ट्रपति द्वारा इस घोषणा पर हस्ताक्षर किए जाएंगे और इसे सरकारी गैजेट में प्रकाशित किया जाएगा, उस दिन से अनुच्छेद 370 के सभी खंड लागू नहीं होंगे, सिवाय खंड 1 के नामक
After revocation of Article 370 in August 2019, government has sent a loud message that Kashmir is an integral part of the country, like any other state of India.
जम्मू और कश्मीर भारत का अंग है, अभिन्न अंग है। इसके बारे में कोई कानूनी या संवैधानिक विवाद नहीं है।
The significance of third tourism G20 working group meeting held in Kashmir
Indian filmmakers started shooting with
goes beyond tourism. The meeting of world's most powerful club is seen as an endorsement of India's stand on Kashmir.
I would rather look at it that the government decided that it will hold meetings of the G20 throughout the country. So they haven't singled out Jammu and Kashmir, and if you are doing it throughout the country, Jammu and Kashmir being an integral part of India, it's only natural that you hold similar meetings in the Union Territory as well. Of course, it does show a certain amount of confidence to showcase that normalcy has returned to the Union Territory. And I think that's in the fitness of things.
Given the fact that you're holding this event in a relatively calm atmosphere in Jammu and Kashmir, suggests that the majority of the world, most of the world, has accepted the events of August 5th, 2019. But really that is only a small milestone in long history. Article 370, as you know, had lost much of its potency, much of its substance through all these years. And if people of Jammu and Kashmir feel that they're empowered, that they can actually carve out their own destiny in terms of economic development, in terms of choosing the right government, then frankly they will also recognize, which the lawmakers in Delhi seem to have recognized, that 370 was a hurdle. But that shift has to happen.
Before the abrogation of Article 370, no outsider from Jammu and Kashmir was allowed to buy land and get employment in the state government. Government says this was a major impediment in development and investment in Jammu and Kashmir.
22,000 करोड़ रुपए सीधे सीधे पंचायतों के पास विकास के लिए दिए जा रहे हैं। इतने छोटे राज्य में ग्रास रूट लेवल की डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम के द्वारा विकास के काम के लिए।
In March last year, Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor said investment will cross rupees 70,000 crore mark within 6 months. Even as a beginning has been made, challenges remain.
The requirements for the investment, those are in the pipeline. Once these requirements are complete, like say infrastructure is complete, the investor feels safe to make an investment here. And I think if it is not available during the last 2-3 years, but in next 4 or 5 years, we will see certainly the investment taking place resulting in income and employment generation.
What has happened is that because of certain laws being extended to the Union Territory, I think there is a certain amount of openness among a lot of people to see it as a viable investment destination, which is what is starting to happen. Investment summits have been held. We've also had foreign countries coming in. We've had the UAE. We've had other countries wanting to come and invest in Jammu and Kashmir, which is something which, it's not going to happen overnight.
Mujtaba Qadri runs a handicraft store in Srinagar and was part of the exquisite Kashmir Arts and Crafts exhibition organized during G20. He says the delegates were deeply impressed by intricate handicrafts and beauty of the region. He hopes that the successful visit by G20 delegates will help to lift the travel advisories issued against visiting Kashmir by various Western countries.
Hopefully some of the restrictions that are here which have been put in place by foreign governments for tourist travel advisories that are there, hopefully they'll lift them so that more and more foreign tourists can come to Kashmir, wherein that will give us a huge boost in handicraft industry. I see, because there's a lot of export potential in Kashmir for crafts, and for example, Pashmina is a big export product, paper mache, chain stitch, crewel, even copperware, silverware. There are umpteen number of crafts, and Kashmir is known for these things, and also today the world is looking for sustainable product.
For refugees from West Pakistan and Valmiki community who had no right to vote even after living in Jammu and Kashmir for decades, the revocation of 370 has given them equal rights like any other citizen of the country. They can now vote in assembly and local elections. A delimitation exercise completed last year appears to have changed the electoral landscape. At the heart of this change is disproportionate number of assembly seats in Jammu in comparison to its share of population. The BJP says delimitation has ended decades of discrimination against Jammu and electoral imbalance in the former state.
Political empowerment means, in any democracy, that right from the local bodies to the state government, the people of the Union Territory should have the right ability to elect governments, and then if they do not fulfill the promises that they made at the hustings, remove those governments.
The biggest challenge for the government, however, remains jobs, as the unemployment rate in Jammu and Kashmir is one of the highest in the country.
The issue is that we have very less vacancies and the eligible candidates are more. For that, even administratively, to conduct an examination by one single institution becomes very difficult. outsourcing to some extent is okay, but to depend wholly solely on them, that becomes a problem, because then the accountability is of the institution. If the very essence of being transparent and nishpaksh, if that is called in question through a process of criminal investigation, that is not going to fix the problem.
The change in situation has ensured return of cinemas that were shut due to militancy in 1990. Kashmir's first multiplex was opened earlier this year. A semblance of change in real life of the valley is even reviving its real life.